If you had an Apple product, you're using iCloud, but you might not necessarily know what iCloud is, the pros and cons of it, some tips and tricks. I'm going to walk through all of that, so let's jump right in. Now, let's just open up iCloud.com and you'll be able to see it says the best place for all your photos, files, notes, and more. And you might initially think iCloud is essentially a cloud storage solution on your iPhone or Mac computer or iPad. And that is partially true, but you're not capturing the full picture of everything that iCloud does. Now, Google Drive or Dropbox essentially are that solution, where you can upload a file from any device and it will store it in the cloud on the server somewhere else in case you needed to download it on a different device or just have a backup. And iCloud does all of those things. However, that's only half the picture. The other half of the picture is that essentially what it does is it syncs up all of your data across all of your Apple devices. Apple again is a walled garden, and they want to keep all of your data seamlessly useful across all of your devices and make it super easy transition. If you have an iPhone, you can buy an iPad, super easy to use, and you can have a Mac, and they all talk to you and another. So essentially what your iPhone does is it uploads all of the data from your iPhone and syncs it to the iCloud so that you can access it on any other device as well in real time. So if you open up the settings on your iPhone, tap on your name at the top and then iCloud, you'll be able to see this is where you can manage your entire iCloud. I'll walk you through what it is, some steps that you can take to free up some space if you want, and optimize it if you want as well. So on your iPhone at the very top, you'll tap on storage. This is basically the amount of iCloud storage that you have on their servers. Keep in mind you get about 5 GB for free. After that, you have to start paying for it. I share these stories with all my family, and of course I made these videos, so I use up a lot of storage. You can see I have up to 4 TB that are optional, and you can see that on here I can scroll through. I can see what is basically taking up my storage. iCloud Drive in my case, iCloud Photos 73 gigs, messages, backups, etc. Now on here the first thing that you can do is just check to see what is taking up the space on your iCloud. And this is good practice basically to get an idea of are you using up too much space? Are you using basically enough space that you still have some left over? Do you need to free up space? One thing that you can do within this managed storage is if you scroll down, there's some apps on here that will still have storage on your iCloud even if you've deleted them. I don't even remember what this app is, but it's still taking up space on my iPhone and on my iCloud storage. And so I can just go through the process of deleting that, and it will help to free up some space. It might not take up a ton of space, but it's a good to just go through that process. Now, let's hit the back button here, and we're on iCloud here. So if you go to save to iCloud, I can hit see all, and you'll be able to see everything that's currently being saved. I would recommend turning everything on. Essentially, this means if you lose your iPhone or it's stolen, you'll be able to recover everything just by signing into your iCloud or Apple ID account on a new iPhone, and everything will be back as if you never left. On here, however, we can go into iCloud Photos, and this is a big one because you can see managed storage here, 73 gigs. So it's taking up 73 GB worth of storage on my iCloud. Now, if you wanted to, there are a couple different options to reduce that. One is if you scroll down, you can see download and keep originals. Essentially, what this means is all of those original iPhone photos and videos will be on the storage on your iPhone. So the actual storage space on your iPhone, on the hard drive of your iPhone, will have all those photos and videos in addition to the iCloud. However, in most cases, this will just swamp out the storage on your iPhone. So what most people want to do is optimize iPhone storage. Essentially, what this means is the full resolution of those photos and videos are on the iCloud, but just little, basically thumbnail versions are on your iPhone. You'll notice if you go to this and you go to an old video or something and you tap on it, it'll take a second to basically download that from the iCloud onto your phone, and then it will start playing it. So this is just a kind of a thumbnail version of it and helps to free up space on your iPhone. However, you can tap on manage storage here, and this will get you into the option to review photos and videos. And from here, you'll be able to see a lot of ways to be able to reduce the storage on your iCloud. You can see duplicates in this case. I can tap on select and then select all and then merge the 6 items. And essentially it will reduce the space because there Inevitably, probably are some duplicates on your iPhone. You can also go back on here and you can go to videos, and it will order all these videos based on the largest videos at the top. If any of these you don't need, you can just tap on it and delete that video. So I can just tap on this and then tap the trash can icon at the bottom left if I wanted it or didn't want it anymore. Now you can also go back and go to screenshots. Same thing, you can always go through and delete out screenshots that you might not have needed anymore. You might just have needed it initially when you initially took that screenshot. Now, after we've done that and gone through this entire process, I want to walk you through some other things as well. Let's go back and back out of iCloud Photos and go to iCloud Drive. If you have a Mac computer, iCloud Drive essentially backs up all of the documents and desktop files and downloads, all of that stuff onto your iCloud so that you can access them on your iPhone, etc., iPad, all that. On here, we can tap on Manage Storage, and you'll be able to see if I go down to Review Files, it will bring me to the Files app on my iPhone, and I can go through the iCloud Drive. Again, all of the desktop items, I can tap on that and see all of the desktop files. I can go to Documents and see all of the folders and files from the documents on my Mac computer. So it's all backed up and synchronized so that I can access all of those on my iPhone, iPad, or Mac seamlessly at the exact same time. However, let's go back to your settings here. And on here, if you wanted to, you could choose to delete the data from the iCloud if you didn't necessarily want to back it up. I wouldn't recommend that. Essentially, this is a backup in case you lose any of these devices, but we can also go back out of here and you'll be able to see all of your messages, your passwords, your photos. Everything is toggled on here, indicating that everything is synced up to your iCloud. Now, to prove that to you, we can go back to iCloud.com and I can just tap on sign in here. And if I go through the process of signing into iCloud, come on my iPhone, you'll see a mimic of everything that is on my iCloud. You can see my email, photos here, Google Drive, or sorry, Drive rather, iCloud Drive, my notes, reminders, Find My, etc. So I can access all of these online as well, even if it's not an Apple device. I can open up a Windows computer, just log into iCloud.com and be able to access all of those files directly on there. So if we hop back into your settings and go back, essentially what this does is it says, hey, everything in the Apple ecosystem, your iPhone, your iPad, your Mac computer are all being backed up to the iCloud, but also synchronized between all of those devices, and you can seamlessly use them across all devices. Keep in mind, of course, Apple makes a ton of profit on their storage, so it is recommended to go through and try to delete out before you upgrade that storage, because inevitably, if you've owned an Apple product for a while, you'll keep accumulating more and more photos, videos, files, and then eventually you'll start to have to pay them. And unfortunately, if you start having to pay them, the likelihood that you're going to downgrade is probably slim. So I would recommend going through all of these steps to try to reduce everything in your iCloud and prolong as much as possible until you start to have to pay for it.